Well, hello, and how are you doing? I am Dr. E. Michelle Mickens. I'm the CEO of Live for Change. Live for Change is a global strategic leadership development consultancy. And one of the things that we focus on, one aspect of our business, is not only consulting, but training. So I'm really excited to go live. I have not gone live on my actual website, I don't believe. It's been a while. I'll say it like that. So I just wanted to kind of touch bases with everyone who has the opportunity to see this particular segment. And it's nothing intense. I just want to share some of the things that's going on with Live for Change in the event that you aren't aware. Number one, I want to invite you to join my email list. It's very simple. Just jump on www.live number 4 change LLC, and you'll have an opportunity. If you scroll down the page, that the home page, you can scroll down to the bottom and join us that way. We have other opportunities. I want to encourage you to check out a couple of things. I have a weekly podcast. It's called The Introverted Loudmouth, and it's all about leadership. Everything that we do is centered around empowering the leader. We want to empower the new emerging leader that's feels like they're the deer caught in the headlights trying to understand which way is up and where to start. We want to be that support for that leader. And so we have coaching opportunities there. We also do some intensive training. We touch on some of those topics that are uncomfortable, but yet needs to be addressed, such as unconscious bias. We also have I'm doing, as a matter of fact, one of the things that I'm talking about, or the reasons why I popped on, is to share that I'll be doing an organizational leadership and corporate culture workshop very soon. And so I'll be posting information about that with my latest client. And I'll be following that particular workshop, the very next day, I'll do a workshop on corporate social responsibility and leadership, addressing ethics in CSR, how they work hand in hand, and how it's so important to make it part of CSR, make it part of your business plan, right? It's just put it embedded in the DNA of your organization. So those are just a couple of things that I'm working on. But in addition to doing the training, I have a podcast I mentioned earlier, The Introverted Loudmouth. I'm on several different podcasting channels, if you will. So I'll make sure to post how you can hear that. But Anchor.fm is definitely one way to catch it. I'm also on Stitcher and Google Podcasts, to name a few of the others. And Spotify. But again, I will list, because it's maybe 6 different places where you can catch that particular podcast. And then also on IGTV, every week I do a little segment that's called Be For Real. And REAL is an acronym. It stands for Reliable, Ethical, Authentic Learner. So it's the Be For Real #Leaders Matters. And that is a series that I do at least once a week. So the podcast is weekly, as well as the IGTV series. And it's just an opportunity to share information about some of the trending challenges, trending topics as it pertains to leadership development. My heart's desire is to be a servant, to actually help leaders help their teams. But everything starts with the leader. It truly does. And when I say everything, the leader's mindset has to be such that they can catch a vision and share a vision. So communication is key. I was just having a discussion with one of my clients earlier this morning, and we both agreed that one of the biggest challenges among leaders is the whole conversation. Many leaders, especially of the C-suite, in the suite arena, they don't have a tendency, and it's not a judgment, it's just an observation. They have a tendency to be a little withdrawn. And I do know that leaders are, oh my goodness, they have incredible challenges. They're burdened with a lot of decisions that need to be made quickly. And most will say they don't have time. They don't have time to get to know their teams. They don't have time to get to know a lot of their employees. They don't have time. And this is what happens when time isn't intentionally used, when you don't make time to get to know and disseminate information. Because one of the key things that leaders must do is share information and do it in a quick fashion. So when you aren't keeping those lines of communication open, you create these gaps in the organization, and it impacts the culture. And you will find more of your employees imitating you, whether you have direct interaction with them or not. So being interpersonal is absolutely necessary. I'm debating on whether or not, I will write about how important it is to understand that the soft skills are one of the hardest skills to deal with. Soft skills aren't as soft as many people assume that they are. And what I mean by that is it's easy to overlook soft skills. It's easy to underestimate the value and necessity of soft skills. And when it comes down to leaders being more demonstrative in terms of how much they care for their teams, that's considered soft, but it's a skill that can be used wisely. You're hearing a lot about emotional intelligence, but there's another piece that is very much like emotional intelligence, but it stands alone, and that's social intelligence. We are social beings, and so it's so important to have those interactions, especially if it's a goal that you need to accomplish. You want to do more than just perform well. You want to make sure that you have a healthy culture. And if your performance is not where it should be, then take a look at where your culture is. So those are some of the topics that I talk about on the podcast as well as on the IGTV series. Hashtag Leaders Matter. Be for real. Hashtag Leaders Matter. Just a sidebar, the Be for Real leadership series is a trademark of Live for Change. Live for Change, as I mentioned before, we are a global strategic leadership development consultancy. And so under that consultancy, we have what's called the Be for Real leadership series. And real, reliable, ethical, authentic learner is the entire series offers consulting, coaching, training, speaking engagements. We do a lot to help build the leader. So I just thought I would mention that just to give you a little more insight on what we do as an organization. I am excited to be here before you. I've been talking for almost 8 minutes, so I'm going to jet off. Again, I encourage you to join our email list so that you can be abreast on some of the topics, some of the things that's happening in the world of leaders, and that you stay on top of it as well. I'm an author. I have a book called When Purpose Exceeds Profits. When Purpose Exceeds Profits. I want to encourage you to take a look at the book. That's also on the website, www.live4changellc.com. There are several opportunities there. If you want to take advantage of a free 15-minute session with me, we can sit down and start mapping out a plan of action that's going to help you really enhance the trajectory that you're currently on, so that you can accomplish some of the things that you desire to accomplish from a personal point of view as a leader, as well as how you can help enhance your team. It's all about building. It's all about relationships. And it's all about being sustainable on all different levels. I'm Dr. E. Michelle Mickens. I thank you for your time. You take care. Be blessed. Check out the website, www.live4changellc.com. Take care.